Hey friends, are you ready to wrap some gorgeous, elegant presents? Maybe you are hesitant because you simply just don't think you have the time. I've been there. I've been the one that throws the tissue paper in the bag on the way out the door, or even worse, in the car throwing everything together. So, you have to first decide, I want some beautiful gift wrapping. And if you are wrapping for a toddler, they may not appreciate it. They'll enjoy the tissue paper, okay, and make a present out of that. But if you're wrapping some beautiful presents for those that you love, go ahead and decide on creating a vision, just as you would an outfit, and you accessorize and you pick out a color scheme and how dressy or how casual. Pick out a theme. My theme that I decided to do was classy, glam, elegant, okay? And so I went to Home Goods. I love Home Goods, okay? Shout out to Home Goods. Typically, you may want to go to Dollar Tree. You think, oh, maybe I'll save a little money. But from my experience, the paper tore as I was wrapping. No, yes, it did. And it was very, very frustrating. And so I actually decided on the Bella Luxe collection from Home Goods. They have this gorgeous premium gift wrap collection. And I love the little Swiss dots, right? The gold, metal on gold. This roll was $3.99, not too bad. And then I also went with the silver, kind of silvery white. And if you can see that, there's little pine boughs with the little pine needles and pine cones. And it's just kind of that silvery white. Anytime you add a bit of metallic, you're going to have that touch of glam elegance. And then I wanted to add a little color, so I decided on the beautiful classic sort of Tiffany blue, kind of icicle. You can almost smell, it's like that minty, fresh, beautiful color. And it has a little paisley pattern here, which I just thought was gorgeous. And so even if you just pick 3, I decided to get one more, and I went to Target to find this beautiful black paper. This was $5, and it reminded me of a midnight sky with the little glitter, or the classic little black dress, right? Which is also tuxedo, super dressy, giving that elegant vibe. And so back to Home Goods, I got a set of boxes. This was a set of 5 for only $4.99. That is about $1 a box. And I love this vintage glam. It kind of reminds me of a reminiscent French vintage Christmas card with all the Christmas Noel. I thought the gold and the cream made it extremely elegant and beautiful, and I thought it was a great deal to get 5. So look for a set of boxes as opposed to just 1 or 2. And then, of course, you have to get gift tissue, and I got this pack that has the white, silver, and silver dots. It's called Cupcakes and Cashmere at Home. Love the name. And this has 50 sheets, so I went with that. And then don't forget, if you want any gift tags, I did not get any at this time. I usually actually just use the gift wrapping paper and make a little tag out of it. But if you want to add a little tag, grab your tags, your bows, your ribbons. I actually picked up this beautiful red velvet ribbon, velvet ribbon, crushed velvet, all different sizes. It's all the rage. It's the theme everywhere. Bows, bows, bows everywhere. And so I'm going to link a few options below. But I've seen people do the bows, the velvet ribbon, and decor incorporated on beautiful candle arrangements, long and skinny on garlands, and all manner of decorating. So very, very pretty. I decided on getting the 2.5 inch for more of a wider, bold, elegant look. And then I had to get some twine, right? Brown paper packages tied up with string because I am going to do a couple of not so elegant looks for my tried and true plaid and more down to earth look for that option. So you can have a theme, but like say you have someone who's not really a dressy person, or they're more, their personality is just more down to earth, you may want to have a second option. So I had these already. So yeah, we're going to jump in and do some creative themes. So have a vision for each box, and let's dive into Christmas decorating. So let's gift wrap together. I'm going to use this beautiful mint Tiffany blue inspired green paper. And I have noticed when you do the box, you may have to kind of tape the sides. I used some Scotch tape, but you may find a sturdier tape may do better. So now when you take your tissue paper, I'm using this lovely, look how beautiful that is. So pretty. So I'm going to use, don't use like one layer, use at least two, maybe 3 layers. And look at me, I'm putting it in the wrong box. Okay, so I used the oversized tissue paper, and I'm just kind of tucking a little pleat here, okay, little pleat here, and I'm going to put this shimmery, in the theme of elegant glimmer glam, I'm going to put this elegant scarf in here, and we're going to wrap it up, and I'm going to fold it over. Now at this point, you don't want a whole bunch of the box to be gaping, right? You want to put the tissue paper so that it's flush with the box. A lot of people also opt to put a seal once you fold over your tissue paper like so. And it would be pretty. You could do, a metallic seal, or if you just want to be, funny, you could put a smiley face or whatever. But you do want to make sure that it's all tucked in. Okay, so now we're going to put the box on. So isn't that gorgeous? I was so excited to see it. I love all the options. We're kind of spoiled in this day and age. We have so many beautiful options. But I love the nostalgic glam Christmas. There you go. Some people like to add a piece of tape on the box. If someone wants to reuse the box, you may not want to do that. And so I have this gorgeous Tiffany blue. Can you see it? Oh my goodness, with the paisley. Is that really gorgeous? Okay, and see on the gift wrapping paper, I don't know if you can see that, but there's little lines to help guide you for cutting so that you don't go every which way, okay? And you may have some beautiful scissors. I just have your regular scissors, but you'll want a nice sharp pair of scissors. And then as you're folding, you want to make sure that there's enough to cover your box completely. Don't worry about the ends. We're going to get to that later. Okay, so got that. And I'm going to cut like so. Snip, snip, snip. Don't you love the sound of scissors? on wrapping paper. I remember watching my mom in awe wrap beautiful presents. She said she didn't always start out wrapping so beautiful, but then she did. Like anything, it just takes practice, right? Okay, so what I like to do, if you start, little hack here, if your line is not completely straight, tuck that side in and then put the other sharp corner out like so. And you want to go about halfway in, okay? And try to get clear tape. I have used the opaque tape before. It's not going to be a huge deal if you use the opaque tape, and but it will show on the wrapping paper. So you want to be mindful, everyone uses that word, mindful of that. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Now for the ends. Okay, I gotta tell you, I'm no expert on the ends, but what I have learned is you don't want too much material between the box and here. So we are going to cut a little bit off, and I'm going to use my little guideline as much as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is going to be folded over. So I hope that you are getting some really good ideas for your gift wrapping. See, I'm not doing it perfectly. Don't stress. I think a lot of times people stress, don't even enjoy the gift wrapping because they want to do it perfectly. But just picture the result. It's going to be fun. Okay, so maybe that's about 2 inches, a little more. I'm going to fold each side over, tuck first, okay? And then we want these to come together, okay? And then we're going to fold. So figure out what side. If this is your bottom, you want to fold down towards the bottom. So we're going to pinch, fold right here. I have the sides I did first. Want to make sure that it's pretty parallel. And like so. I'll tell you who's really, really good at wrapping presents is my husband. He's even better. You know, he's real meticulous about things. When he, let's say like with the blower, you know, the orange cord, when he wraps it back up, it's always like perfect, like one row at a time. And mine would look like a big yarn ball. Like I don't think that neatly. But I applaud people that do. So, okay, so good. We got this corner here and tape. Look, y'all, we are almost, see, now that piece of tape folded over on itself. No worries, don't keep it, just peel off another one. Okay. So, yeah, I love mint green. There's something about this aquamarine mint green that is super soothing. It almost reminds me of like a little thin mint or peppermint patty. I don't know. It's whimsical, right? Whimsical. Feel like you're in Candyland or something. Okay, so we have, that's pretty good on that side. I'm pretty happy with that. And then we're just gonna do the other side really quick here. All right, we're gonna snip, snip, snip. So, have y'all started your Christmas shopping yet? Have you? Have you started your Christmas shopping yet? Comment below if you have started your Christmas shopping. You know, a lot of people like to wait till Black Friday for all the deals. Other people shop all year round and create a little Christmas closet, which is a great idea. Okay, so now see, I think there's too much paper. We're gonna take a little bit more off, and if you do, you want it to be as similar as possible. And I tell you what, I am so glad this paper is not thin and flimsy to work with. Sometimes the cheapest option is not always the best option. So some things you do want to spend just a little bit more for the quality. Now they do have super beautiful paper. If it was a wedding or something, you may even want to go a little bit more expensive, but I think this does just lovely. Look at my little ruffled edge here. Okay, looks like a little zigzag. We're just gonna snip. Again, this part's going to be folded over, but it's bothering me a little bit. Okay. And off you go. I think I did better on the other side. What do you think? Okay, so now we're gonna fold on each end. So you want nice, crisp corners. Otherwise, if you have that, it's gonna be very, very messy. So you want a crisp corner here, and then you do the same on the other side. Now at this point, you may have this and you may want to snip off the white part like so. So it's just a little more perpendicular or parallel. And then you'll fold. Okay, and then we're gonna fold one more time. Y'all, we got this, Okay, if I can do this, anybody can do this. Okay, so here, one piece of tape. You wanna make sure the ends are really good. Here's another one. All right, elegant, beautiful, and the ribbon, this is also a fun little trend people are doing, is using the same color on here. And this is the example. I wanted to wrap this example with you to show you how you can use this satiny kind of ribbon. This one's actually like 50 yards. I think this is Kirkland brand. Okay, so look at that. Is that not lovely? I've had this for a while, but you just want to put it on the correct side. When you're wrapping, okay, see how the bottom has that little crease there? You want to start on the top, have plenty of ribbon. So as you do your crisscross, you want to have enough to crisscross and make a bow. So I just keep going because you don't want to be too short. Okay, so you could do it straight down the middle. I think sometimes it's a little elegant to do it a little more offset at the top. Okay, so that's what we're doing. And just make sure when you come back around, like I said, that you have plenty of ribbon to work with. And, oh, I'm so happy with this. Check your tails out. You want one slightly longer than the other. We're just gonna snip the ends. Okay. Now, you do not have to be an expert bow maker to tie a bow. You just have to tie that off. I remember when I was little, I would put my finger right there while my mom tied the bow. It's a fun memory. Okay, so we're gonna take a loop, tie it as taut as possible. All right, and make another loop. Oh, see, I like that. I like that, how simple and elegant and beautiful. But you know what? Of course, we've got to trim up so that the ends are a little more equidistant and they're not lopsided. But before we do that, I have another fun idea for you, is to take your leftover ornaments. You know, the trend now is to have some trees with a big bow so you don't have to stress about putting tons of ornaments on, but you can still reuse those gorgeous ornaments like this lovely little snowflake here, and you can put them on your holiday package. So how beautiful is that? So I really, before I did the bow, I probably should have looped this, but we can loop now together. So, and I'm telling you, if you put on your Christmas program, your favorite Christmas program or movie while you're doing this, or some Christmas music, it's gonna make it so much more fun. Your spirit will catch up. Okay, so there I have a nice little knot. And, oh, here's another tip. Your shorter end needs to be your first loop, right? Because you use more material as you're going around, right? So first loop is the shorter one. And then we fold that over, do another loop. I like very generous long bows, so it's not very chintzy. Okay, and then, you know, a lot of people like to do the little V. You can do either one. So we're gonna take some of this material off first. Some people just go on an angle, which would be super, super lovely to do that. But I grew up where we did the V's. We did the V's, and I think if you want more of an elegant look, you have to do the V. So you fold the corners, right? And then we just do a V from the corner up just like that. And look, you got a little V. Okay, so do the same on this one. So you fold the corners, and then you want to start from the bottom up, and you make a little V. V for victory. Okay, so I think that looks really, really pretty. I can't wait to show you some other options, but I really wanted to do one together with you so you could see what is possible. I think this turned out really, really beautiful, and it didn't take too long, and people will remember it, and it makes great pictures. So enjoy. Okay, so let's do one more together just for the fun of it before I show you some pre-wrapped ideas. Okay, so I showed you this gorgeous red velvet ribbon. And if you're like me, if you have a super expensive ribbon, you don't want to spend a ton on the wrapping, but you still want a really nice look, right? And so if you don't want to do the big bow, which you could, it would be beautiful. You would just do the simple bow with the long loops, and I can kind of show you an idea of what that would look like so that you would have a vision of something in mind. You know, you could do those lots of loopy bows, but if you don't have a lot of bow making skills, or you just want to do something extremely simple, you could just do the traditional bow and then have the really, really long loops, which put it at the top. I think that would just be absolutely gorgeous, right? Isn't that fun? I like that. That's really pretty. Okay, but if you don't want to be super like loopy bow and you just want to have more of a quick, quick idea, what you could do is not do a bow at all, right? And just take this, wow, I undid a lot of this ribbon. Hold on. Okay. We're spooling this all together. Okay. So you could just take it like so and just do a knot, okay? And this, when you just do a knot, this frees you up for a lot of other options, okay? So we're just gonna do a knot. I'm gonna cut this ribbon about right here, yay long. Very specific, yay long. Who uses the word yay anymore? Okay, so I'm just gonna tie it again, more towards the top, although you could go in the middle, but for this type of box, I think it's a little prettier to have it towards the top. And what you would do is you would just do a knot, okay, and just have the tails hanging. And then you can cut at a diagonal, or you could do the little V that we talked about. But if you do this option, what I think is really pretty is to add a little bit of greenery. So I have this, you can get picks, of course, little picks that are already made, but I had this from like a wreath making kit that I had gotten from Michael's, that I was like, I'm just gonna use the little material in there for little bud vases or whatnot instead. And then you could just take some of your twine that we had and put the twine together to hold it together. You could hot glue it. Or if you want to be super, super layering and fun, you can take these little pre-made ribbons that you see all the time. Walmart, Dollar Store, Home Goods, Target, everywhere. Okay, they're just everywhere. And you just, it has the little twist ties. They're already pre-made, okay? So the fuss is, you're not gonna have to fuss with a bow. And then you take the little twisty tie and just like you would, you just twist it a few times. Make sure this part's not showing. Oh, see, that's cute. And you could even just put that on just like that. How cute would that be, like on a gift basket? Oh, I'm getting ideas. Okay, so we're just going to, we don't want this sticking out like a bird feather. We want it a little bit further down, okay? And so we're going to just take this and take my little bow. Oh, it's gonna be so cute, y'all. Just kind of doing this impromptu with you. And then we're sticking this like so. And then the bow, we're gonna let peek out, okay? And then you have this lovely little present like that, which I think is really, really pretty. And of course, don't forget to do your sides. I'm just gonna do an angle here and an angle here. But I think the V's would look super nice as well. So the only thing is make sure it's tight around the box. Mine's a little bit loose, so if you do this, you may have to fuss with it a little bit more. I said you weren't gonna fuss, but there's always some fussing. Okay, there. I think that's super sophisticated. What do you think? I think that looks good. Yay. Okay. And then I'll show you some of the other pre-made boxes that I've done already. And sorry if my head's cut off here. There we go. And then we'll come back and circle back together and look at all our options. Yay. So we are back. I wanted to recap what we did together, which was this beautiful mint green. Like I said, reminds me of the Tiffany box. Don't be afraid to do the same color on the wrapping paper as you do the ribbon, because it gives a nice look and it's kind of on trend. Also, we added the snowflake. Beautiful snowflake ornament. So if you have some ornaments that you want to recycle, you don't have to buy a brand new one, although you could. Another good idea that I thought would be fun is I picked these up at Hobby Lobby, and they are just little foam glitter snowflakes. You get a whole bunch of them. They are table scatters, but how fun to repurpose and to put a little hot glue on the ribbon. Oh, if you're feeling crafty, go for it. Okay, so our next one, ta-da. Our next one we did together was this beautiful gold wrapping paper with the red velvet ribbon. Again, don't be intimidated by the ribbon. We did not even do a fancy ribbon. We just tied it off, added a little bit of the pine with the little berries. You can use picks. You can like do what I did, and this was part of a wreath kit. And then we added the little pre-made twisty bows which you can get so many places. I'll link an option below. So that's another idea. Okay, so if you have of someone who is a fashionista, you may want to add a little animal print. Okay, so what we did here, we had the black small box, that black glam wrapping paper, and then I actually repurposed some old jewelry. If you have broken bracelets like I did, and I just thought they were too pretty to throw away, you can always repurpose them. I just hot glued it right in the middle, and look how fun that is. I like the big bows on the small packages, and I still have a few left. I can, do a few more. Okay, so that was a fun idea. If you have someone who is more down to earth, farmhousey, rustic in your family, you can also go with the traditional brown paper package tied up with string. And that's exactly what I did. If you want to add a little bit unique look to it, you can do the double string, which I did. And then I had these dried oranges. You can buy them. I will link an option below, or you can make your own. I made my own, and they have lasted for years. I have a bunch of them, and it was a fun project. I've made them into garlands. I've made them into ornaments, and I just put 3 of them together right here. Okay, so if you don't want to go to a lot of fuss, or you don't have the time, you can also get these cute little gift card boxes that you just slide in and out. And then if you wanted to add something fun to it, you could also use like a recycled old cookie cutter and add that on top. And you wouldn't even have to wrap. Like, that's if you're in a super hurry. Or you can also, this was kind of a rustic, old-fashioned ornament. If you go to estate sales and garage sales, you can find like dozens of old ornaments, which would also be cute on this rustic looking option. So that was really fun. Another, if you want to switch it up, add a plaid ribbon for more of a traditional look. But I hope you got inspired today. I hope you found some really fun ideas. Try to think about the personality of the person that you're buying the gift for, and kind of match the personality to the present, to the person. So enjoy, and thank you for watching. Happy wrapping.